Those are messed up, no. Bad news, picture beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Who gonna get on his ass real quick one time? 144, bitch.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fuck. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any part. I need a Vaselina like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zoc, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper Free. Try to hope it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking note. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them you BK rules. I'm making it like I can't lose. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole guard. Yeah. Ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low or this Lord, told that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our court. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas. Get your knife and your fart. They ain't locked in with the cow. Then when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. Can't do with them steppers, niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we a whole start. Yeah, ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our car. And I just made it call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can everybody hear me? Testing. Can everybody hear me? All right. Clap it up. All right, hey, shalom, y'all, Bashim, y'all, Shabragatham to all the brothers, Yahweh Shemal, Lathan, Bashim, Yahweh Shah to all the sisters with the Isupk. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. All right, and today we are teaching about Thanksgiving. To this week and next week are going to be about the history of Thanksgiving, right? Today's class title is Thanksgiving is not brotherhood, right? Yeah, Thanksgiving is not brotherhood because as for blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, right? Christ came back to bring our two kingdoms back together. There is no separation of kingdoms. There is no northern kingdom. There is no southern kingdom. All the kingdoms are together, right? You know what I mean? We're together, and that's what we get here in the ISUPK. But for the Northern Kingdom brothers, right, or for the Hispanic tribes, right? You know what I mean? And the Native American tribes, right? Celebrating Thanksgiving will be like celebrating a mass murder of black people, right? Let's say the Native Americans, right, or the so-called Native Americans, the tribe of Gad, and the tribe of Gad and the rest of the Northern Kingdom, right? Let's say they started celebrating slavery, right? Every time slavery, a massacre with slaves happened, you know what I mean? They pulled out the barbecue pit, start barbecuing, and you know what I mean? Playing their music, having fun, make it a big gathering for that day. Wouldn't black people be upset? Right? We wouldn't be upset and angry. So for us to on the day that they were murdered and I'm sorry, I can't say that, right? On the day that they were unalived, right? And in a mass unaliving, if we get together and have family time and call it family day and say what they're thankful for, shouldn't they feel offended? Right? Wouldn't they feel offended, Capiar? Wouldn't you be? Aren't like they're like? I know my Northern Kingdom brothers are offended by this. I'm offended. You know what I mean? I'm offended that my people, that black people in America celebrate it, and that's not showing good brotherhood to my Northern Kingdom brothers, because they are my brothers. So I'm not celebrating no more. I'm not celebrating no mass unaliving. I'm not. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not of my brothers. You feel me? Matter of fact, the Northern Kingdom brothers called Thanksgiving a national day of mourning. Guess what I'm doing? I'm mourning with my brothers. They're gonna mourn. I'm gonna mourn too. You dig what I'm saying? We're gonna show that solidarity. Look at that word. I like that word. Solidarity. That's what we're gonna show. We're gonna show respect unto my Northern Kingdom brothers. You know what I mean? You understand? You know what I mean? And for anybody else to do that, to celebrate that, will be disrespecting my Northern Kingdom brothers. So let's get this first scripture, man. Give me Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17.
Yeah, you know it. You know what I want, Capiar, because I used to pound it when you just became an officer of 50, right? I used to pound you with that. No homo. I mean, not what can I say? Pause. You know, so, but I used to let you know. You know what I mean? Every time, I'm like, what's the scripture? You know what I mean? And you never remembered it. You should always remember it. Yeah, you know it. Yep, you should remember, because this is something important. Because what is ISUPK about? ISUPK is about doing the work for the Lord and brotherhood, right? That's what we show here. All the fake Israelite groups might know 1,000 scriptures, all the scriptures in the Bible. They might know everything, but what they lack in is brotherhood, and what we don't lack in is brotherhood. We show brotherhood and we do the work of the Lord. That's one thing that the ISUPK is prominent in. You dig what I'm saying? That's one thing that we can say that we stand on is our brotherhood. And what if we don't show it? Make sense?
Okay.
So we show our brotherhood, and it shows through our works. You know what I mean? That's why we have the mission to Acuna, the mission to El Paso. You dig what I'm saying? That's why we go places and we work and we help the Lord's chosen people. Hell, the other day we was out there in the rain feeding the people. You know what I mean? In the rain. Most people, when it rained, they day's over. Now when when it rained, we was like, we're gonna go do the work of the Lord in the rain, because our people are in the rain also, right? I'm still. Yeah. Whenever you're ready, yeah.
The book of Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
What should you do?
thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
And that's actually even if you want to hating your brother in your heart on accident or because on the ignorance that you don't know what Thanksgiving is about, right? Even then, if you don't even know what Thanksgiving is about, but you still celebrating Thanksgiving, you still hating your brother in thy heart. You dig what I'm saying? Like I use this all the time with gang members. You know what I mean? Gang members hate their brother in their heart all the time because when somebody slide on them, they got slide back and they got slide that back and they got slide back and they holding this grudge from each other and they don't even know why they holding the grudge. They just know to slide on the ops. You dig what I'm saying? They're doing it ignorantly, but they're still hating their brother. What's going on, Taziar?
In thy heart, let's talk about don't hate them in your thinking.
Yeah.
I don't think like this brother is right.
Yeah, don't think that brother is your enemy. You know what I mean? Whatever happened between y'all can be fixed. But where do your when it says heart, it means like feeling, right? But you get your feelings from your brain, from your thoughts. You dig what I'm saying? You understand that? Even when they say the Lord knows my heart. Yeah, I know the Lord knows that your thoughts are wicked. You feel me? The Lord knows that our thoughts are wicked. You know what I mean? That's why they always say the Lord knows my heart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because your heart don't do anything but pump blood. It's just an organ. You know what I mean? Your heart's very important though. You feel me? But it's not what you love with. You was here Valentine's Day, right? Right, you know that right there, that little heart is yeah, it's like a butt, or it can be a breast. You dig what I'm saying? That's what that is. So when they say heart, they're really talking about behinds and booties, and even that all that thing. I got you, Capiar. Even that thing of a heart is from a homosexual. I'm sorry, can I say that? Alternative lifestyle relationship that was in the Roman army. You know what I mean? Somebody won't pay attention. Go ahead.
I know, but I was gonna say that's how you know they ain't when they say they love you and they come from all my heart.
Yeah.
When they talking about that heart that's inside, it just pumps organ. That's how you know it's fake love. Because that heart that they talking about don't have no feeling.
Yeah, it don't have no feeling.
Cold and pumps blood and just does one thing.
Right. How do we know we love each other? Because the things that we do for each other. You know what I mean? How do we know we love each other? Because I know that, you know what I mean, when we're around each other, ain't nobody trying to pass nobody no blunt. Ain't nobody trying to pass nobody no holes. Ain't nobody trying to pass nobody anything unlawful or do anything unlawful. We're actually trying to correct each other. Hey, you know that got pork in it? You know what I'm saying? That's Caviar right there. That's Caviar right there. Caviar always on it. He on it though. Hey, he's on it though. The water, but I already checked for it, bro. The water. You know what I mean? What's in this? What you mean? What's in it? You know what I mean? You know what I say about hummus? Not Hamas, not that hummus, the food hummus, right? We was at the store getting it, right? He's like, "Is that lawful?" I said, "I believe so, man. Officer Dawda eats it all the time." You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If Officer Dawda eats it, I know it's gotta be lawful. You know what I mean? You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? Officer Dawda eats it, it gotta be lawful, man. Hey, I know it's lawful because my camp leader does it. The men above me do it. I know it's research and everything. That's my camp leader. Grab me 2 packs of that junk. You know, come on. And I'm gonna get some vegan pita bread. You dig what I'm saying? Didn't I get it? Vegan pita bread, boy. That's my snack. Boy, it's delicious. I was like, dang. You know what I'm talking about? The Lord was hitting when he, you know what I'm talking about? The Lord knew what he was doing when he hit this. You know what I mean? Keep reading it.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
It says, thou shalt do what?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
It says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Right? Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
He said, rebuke thy neighbor. What does rebuke mean? Taziar. To correct them. Anywise, you should correct your neighbor. You know what I mean? I like your flavor, neighbor. Right? But you know, what's the Christian church gonna say neighbor about? Who's their neighbor?
The person sitting next to you.
Yeah, the person sitting next to you or the person living next to you, and they don't live in the black neighborhoods. The people in the congregation might live in a black neighborhood or a Hispanic neighborhood, but the people that's teaching them, they don't, because they steal their brother's money.
Or they're talking about the person right next to you in the church, because they'd be like, turn to your neighbor and say, I love you.
Right. Yeah, I love you, brother. I can use that because I turn to my neighbor. We can turn our neighbor. Did they hit my car?
You want me to go check it?
Please.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. If they did, they'll come in there. No, you good. If they did, they'll come and tell me. We're in the Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge. They, you know what I mean? They got to be like, hey, brother, I just hit your car. We got to exchange insurances. You dig what I'm talking about? They'll you know what I mean? We have honor amongst our brothers and sisters in here. You know what I mean? We're honorable people. You dig what I'm saying? That's why we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Right? That's why we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, because I have honor for my brother. Taziar, I have honor for you, bro. I love you so much that I'm not going to celebrate the murder of your ancestors, which is my ancestors. I'm not going to celebrate their murder. I'm sorry. They're unaliving. I can't do this. I can't do this with all this sugarcoating it, bro. You know what I mean? That's what they did. But we're going to go through that. Go ahead.
How do I explain? Because this is the language is kind of new to me. How do I explain thou in any wise rebuke? How would I say that now? Like if you have any wisdom.
If you see anybody breaking laws of God, right, you should correct it.
That's okay.
In any wise, correct them. In any time, correct them. Anything going on, correct them. That's what it says in any wise. You know what I mean? Caviar, I need a. Yes.
And that's not just talking about the brothers here in the school. It's talking about like brothers in the world too, right?
Yeah, it's talking about brothers in the world too. But you know what I mean? What they gonna say? What the brothers in the world gonna say?
Oh, what anyway?
I don't want to hear about that right now, man. Watch out, bro. I'm smoking my weed. I'm drinking. I'm getting drunk. I'm about to go mess with my horse. You know what I mean? That's what they're gonna say. They're not gonna. You know what I mean? But then every once in a while, you get a brother that be like, "What?" Like the brothers the other day. I'm with you. Keep going. And they was out there learning. Everybody that turned their back on the homeless people that be on the streets, those brothers was out there learning. You dig what I'm saying? We could have told them, "Hey, whole post right here." They would have held post right there. Am I wrong? You know what I'm saying? They would have held post right there. You know, some real talk. Because they know we wasn't coming with no bull BS. Even the brother was saying that what he's speaking is real. You dig what I'm saying? They wasn't speaking no beat. They wasn't on no, you know what I mean, hating their brother. They was on some lit like, what? Word? Yeah, we do gotta love each other. Then they had questions. You know what I mean? To let everybody know that when we go places and we go out to places and we see people, everybody don't have the same knowledge we have. Even though it seemed like, man, you should already know that Jesus is black and this, you know what I mean, right? But they don't have that understanding. Right? So everybody don't have the understanding that Thanksgiving is a mass unaliving. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody don't have that understanding. Caviar, I'm gonna send you something. I'm gonna send it to both of y'all. Um, yeah, I seen it. We'll get him from what's the name's house. We'll get him from. He got him in his crib. The cards. Yeah, true. Yeah. Officer Taziar. You just sent me something about cards. Oh, you sent that to me a long time ago. Oh, snap. It didn't. My phone didn't go off, bro. My phone didn't go off. All right. You want to finish the scripture?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Hey, go ahead. I look at that. He wanna take up the burden of reading for class. Go ahead, brother. Do your thing. We need more brothers like you. Go ahead.
And not suffer sin upon him.
Uh-huh.
So my question is, how do you suffer sin upon your brother? Suffer, like that's the word that I'm stuck on.
You want it? Go ahead, Caprio.
You know, I think if a brother has a drink, you ain't gonna bring him around to drink more. You ain't go like, oh, here, take the drink. Like if he's having a problem with drinking, you gonna try to like, you ain't gonna tempt him with it. Either like try to help him overcome it by like, drinking cranberry juice with him.
There you go.
Drink cranberry juice with him. You brother has a drinking problem.
There you
You
go.
might not be able to drink too much because it might,
I remember.
keep on drinking.
Yeah, I remember when I had my heart problem, right? After I got out or whatever and I got healed up, we was going to go after camp. I was missing camp so much. After camp, we went to go brotherhood, right? And Officer Sergeant Posh was like, I told him I'm not gonna drink. Officer Sergeant Posh was like, you know what I mean? Come on, brother, we're gonna drink cranberry juice together. And that's what he did. He sat there all night with me and drank cranberry juice. You feel me? So he didn't drink because I wasn't drinking. And he sat right there with me so I wouldn't be alone. And that's the brotherhood that we all need.
So you want to let your brother keep suffering?
Yeah, you want by himself.
By inviting them things.
Yeah, because I wanted to drink. I wanted some liquor now. You know what I mean? Let me get a little cup, a little taste. But you know what I mean? I couldn't at that time. You know what I mean? I told Officer Sergeant Potts, man, go ahead and do your thing, sir. He's like, no, I'm gonna do it with you, brother. You feel me? Because I know you're having a tough time, so he did it with me. You know what I mean? That makes sense?
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? You don't want to suffer sin with your brother. You dig what I'm saying? And also, we found it. We found it. Look. Just he was blaming us. My brother was blaming us. But that makes sense?
Yeah.
All right, well, keep going on the scripture then.
Verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Right. It says, or avenge or bear any grudge. Who's bearing grudges against people? Taziar?
Spanish names.
Yeah, we bear grudges. How do we bear grudges?
Gangs.
In gangs. There we go. That's what I like. That's what I like to hear right there. Because that's the big thing with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And how we unalive each other. We unalive each other with gangs. We do it. You want like you know what I mean? And where did these gangs come from?
From our neighborhoods.
No. Where did we learn the spinning on the block?
From the oppressor.
We learned that from the oppressor. The first person that was spinning on the block was Al Capone in them. You know what I mean? The Italians, they used to spin on blocks. They were so cold and spinning on blocks. They used to stand on the side of the vehicle, right, while they're driving. Like you know how trucks have like the little step stool thing. They'd be hanging on this little step stool thing, spraying the block. They was really spinning on the block. You know what I mean? Real talk, shooting up establishments. You know what I mean? And we just took that and we ran with it. You know what I mean? To where now black on black violence and Hispanic on Hispanic violence and Hispanic on black violence and That's just at an all-time high. You know what I mean? We see that all the time, right? We see that all the time where people get unalived every day. You know what I mean? You getting a haircut in the mall, people unalive you. You a security guard trying to stop the violence, people unalive you. You dig what I'm saying? All this unaliving is a terrible thing. You know what I mean? But that's what happens. In yesterday we had the gender reveal, right? Just because of the side of town we was on, they had to have a police officer outside the whole night. You dig what I'm saying? To make sure nobody spun on the gender reveal. Yeah, we having a gender reveal, bro. You trying to make sure people ain't spinning on the block. You know what I mean? But that's just how serious it is. You know what I mean? Right there next to a park where kids play at. It's crazy.
Sister Miles said Al Capone had bulletproof cars. Yeah,
Al Capone had bulletproof cars. So did G Unit. Yeah, so did G Unit. 50 Cent and them had bulletproof cars too. You know, they had bulletproof Jeeps and all that because they was in a whole bunch of gang beef. You know what I mean? But Al Capone needed it. Al Capone needed it. 50 Cent needed it. Hell, we needed it. You know what I'm saying? Not only bulletproof, I need like what do you call nuclear bomb proof. You know what I'm saying? Because they out here, it's happening. It's up. You know what I'm saying? But that's excellent, sis. Give this sis a hand. She giving the excellent. You know what I mean? She's giving an excellent example. You won't need no bulletproof vehicles if you ain't out here unaliving the your ops. Keep going, Tazian.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You should love that what?
Neighbor as thyself.
There go that word neighbor again. You know what I mean? When the Lord using it, he's using it in a way to where a neighbor is something important, right? Keep going.
I am the Lord. Verse 19. Ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle.
No. It should say brother somewhere. Mm-hmm.
That was 17.
7. Then why you go to 19? It's 18 next.
Yeah, I read 19.
No, it's 18 next.
No, you read 18. Thou shalt not avenge no bear any grudge against thy children of. Oh shoot.
No, we didn't read that part.
Yeah,
not children of thy people.
Yeah, you could. Verse 18.
Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Right. So first it said neighbor, then it said brother, right? And then now it's saying the children of thy people. You feel me? So your neighbor is your brother, and your brother is the children of thy people. You see how the Lord is speaking. The Lord is giving you 3 examples of the people that you're not supposed to harm, or the people that you're not supposed to hate, or the people that you're not supposed to bear any grudge against. You see how that is? The Lord is giving you similes. Ooh, look at that word. I'm going back to English class around here. You know what I'm talking about? The Lord is giving you similes. You know what I'm talking about? Right, keep going.
But thou shalt love thy brother.
You should do what?
Love thy brother.
See, the Lord is ordering us to love our brothers. That's a law in the Bible. We're in Leviticus, right? The Lord is giving us he's giving us orders to love our brothers. Now, celebrating Thanksgiving, loving the Native American brothers, the so-called Native American brothers. No, that is hating the northern so-called. That's hating the tribe of Gad. That is hating the tribe of Gad by celebrating Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? You should just let them celebrate slavery then. If that's how we feel. We should. How would they, like, we would feel like but we will feel like doing something to somebody if they was just like, oh yeah, slavery, yeah, we're gonna celebrate it. right? Confederate flags was up in Atlanta, and everybody was upset. You know what I mean? So how should the Native Americans feel about us if we celebrating mass unaliving of them? You know what I mean? And we're gonna get into what the history of Thanksgiving is also. Right? Keep going.
I am the Lord.
Oh, he's what?
I am the Lord.
Now the Lord is saying this. That's how serious it is. He said, I am the Lord. You dig what I'm saying? What's the next verse say?
Verse 19. You shall keep my statute.
You should do what?
Keep my statutes.
Now the Lord is telling us to keep his statutes. Keep going.
Thou shalt not let thy cattle gander with a diverse kind. Thou shalt not sow thy seed.
What?
So that's when I look like kind of gender with the diverse kind.
Yeah.
That's like
What is that, Caviar?
that's like that's the Lord telling us that we shouldn't go out and be with these other nations.
Let's not say that.
Okay.
Let's not say that, because it could be really talking about cattle. Even though we are the Lord's sheep, it really could be talking about cattle.
Okay.
It could be talking about, it could be a law on telling us how to take care of our cattle. You never know, right? So we're not going to say that. What we're going to do is we're going to wait to break that down, because we're going to go, what we're going to do is we're going to go get counsel about it.
I see, 'cause I'm reading off there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was reading too. Like,
Yeah.
people still mingle with, they should a garment be mingled with linen or wool, and you know what I mean. That's why I started reading more about it too.
So it could either be two things, either that or
Yeah.
just make the cattle with them.
Right. So something like this is, because it's in the law. That's what we have to go to the men above us and ask them about it. Somebody that's more pro-verse in it. Look at these words I'm pulling out. All right, give me Matthew chapter 12 and verse 30. Not Matthew, Mark.
You want the article?
Yeah.
You want the scripture first or article?
Yes, the scripture.
So Matthew chapter 12,
Verse 30. And all of y'all,
there's one, right?
yeah, Mark. All of y'all are officers, and y'all should know what it means. Y'all should know what it says.
Mark
Right.
chapter,
Mark.
oh, Mark.
I got the M's mixed up.
I know, Mark, Matthew chapter 12, verse 32.
No, Mark chapter 12, verse 30. Whenever you're ready, Caviar.
Oh, there it is.
I'm just putting some more you know what I mean, smell good and the smell gooder. I like the way Israel comes up with words, bro.
The book of Mark, chapter 12 and verse 30.
Start at 29, because this is not addressed to everybody.
Okay, verse
So they're gonna be like, it's the New Testament. Everybody. It ain't addressed to everybody.
Okay. The book of Mark, chapter 12 and verse 29. And Jesus answered him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel.
Right.
So you can start verse 20.
No.
Oh, it describes where the disciple came to.
I mean, if you want to, but we don't need all that. I'm trying to get to the article.
Okay. And Jesus answered him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord.
Right. You know what I mean? Our the credo, because we're the first people in the earth with the belief of one God. Before us, everybody in the earth believed in multiple gods. You know what I mean? All these different gods. You know, the Muslims used to have 364 gods. Used to have one God for every day of the earth, every day of the year. You dig what I'm saying? And then Abraham grabbed the belief of one God. He left all that idol worship behind to follow what the Lord was telling him. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 30. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God.
And we should do what?
Love the Lord thy God.
Now, did the Lord authorize? Just keep going.
Okay. With all thine heart.
Right, with all thine heart, meaning all thy mind, right? You should love the Lord thy God, Right, keep going.
And with all thy soul.
And with all thy who?
With all thy soul.
And with all thy soul. Right? With all your soul, all your mind, keep going.
And with all thy mind.
Uh-huh.
And with all thy strength.
Right, with all thy strength. Right, keep going.
This is the first commandment.
This is the what?
The first commandment.
All right, now what's the second commandment?
Verse 31.
Uh-huh.
And the second is like, namely this.
Right, this is the second commandment, right? So first commandment is to love the Lord thy God, right? You know what I mean? That's why I say you better hear this, Israel. You know what I mean? It's not addressed to everybody, but it is addressed to the Israelites. Keep going.
Okay. And the second is like, namely this.
Right.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You should love thy what?
Thy neighbor as thyself.
You should love thy neighbor as thyself. Who is your neighbor? That's the question. This is the New Testament, so it don't get too deep into it. But who is thy neighbor? We just went over it in Leviticus, the 19th chapter. Taziar?
Your kinfolk, your brother.
Your kinfolk, your brother. And it used another similitude. Look at them words, man. Similitude? Similes, yeah. I ain't you know what I'm saying? I'm not incompetent. I'm not incompetent. You feel me? I know what these words mean. I'm a scholar.
Your people?
Yep, the children of your brother, the children of your people. You know what I mean? Who is that?
Israelites.
The Israelites. I love the way you said that. You didn't even say blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. You said the Israelites. That's damn right, because that's who our people are. Right? Keep going.
There is none other commandment greater than these.
There's no other commandment greater than these. You're supposed to love thy brother and love thy. So when Christ was quoting to love thy brother with all thy heart, right, or love thy neighbor with all their heart, he was quoting the scripture.
When Christ was saying?
Mm-hmm. He was quoting the scripture. What scripture was he quoting?
Leviticus. He was quoting Leviticus 19.
And 17 and 18. He was quoting it. Right? That's crazy, right? That's precept upon precept. Right? Let's get this article. Right? Huh? Yeah, I sent it to y'all. Sent it to both of y'all. So we was conditioned, right, to think of what for Thanksgiving. We learned it in school. Well, how was we conditioned in school to think about Thanksgiving? Taziar.
That is a day for everyone to eat and come together.
Yeah, but what was they told us? What was the first Thanksgiving?
History.
Yeah,
they said that the pilgrims sat down with the natives and they had dinner, they had a feast.
right. Now is that true?
Wow.
No, that's not true. That's not true. They said they can't find any evidence for that. Let's start the beginning, bro. Let's start the beginning, Caviar. Go ahead. The beginning, the beginning, You good? You feeling it?
No, I was just looking at the.
Man, let's start at the beginning. The beginning game. The beginning game.
The title reads Thanksgiving, the true history of Thanksgiving.
Right. the true history of Thanksgiving, which means there's a false history out there.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Says Thanksgiving is a time for celebration, good food, and giving thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So as we gather with family, crush unworldly amounts of suffering, it's like stuffing, and enjoy a football game in the crisp autumn air.
Yeah, autumn air was meaning the fall.
Oh,
Right. Stop. What football game comes on every Thanksgiving? You want him to take it, or you want?
Oh, yeah. The Chief and the Cowboys.
Nope.
Oh, it's not that?
They're not called this anymore. Cowboy, the Redskins and Cowboys.
The Redskins and Cowboys, the Indians and the Cowboys. Now, who predominantly wins that game?
Oh, I know. Oh, the Chiefs are not the same.
No,
Cowboys.
the what?
Cowboys.
The Cowboys been smacking the Washington Redskins behind for as long as I can, as long as I've been alive, and before that. All right, it's symbolic. Everything is symbolic, boy. Real talk. The Cowboys and the Indians fight. They battle on that day. Every Thanksgiving. That's the Thanksgiving game. Real talk. I used to watch it every year. I used to watch it. Never paid attention. Never understood it until I was in the truth.
It's part of the tradition of Thanksgiving.
Right? It is part of the tradition. That's why they have it right here and enjoy a football game. You feel me? That's why they have it here. We're reading about the truth of Thanksgiving, right? All right, let's keep going.
Okay. Let's also acknowledge the real history of the holiday giving back.
Mm-hmm.
This year, we're celebrating Thanksgiving and also trust giving.
No, truth.
It's like a truth giving.
Truth's giving.
Oh, that's it.
Now we celebrate Thanksgiving and also we celebrate truth's giving. We're not celebrating Thanksgiving. We always celebrating the truth, right? Because we in the truth. We ain't celebrating no truth's giving. We in the truth and we giving it to you raw and uncut, and live, direct in your face. All right, coming at your neck. Expect the deck. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
A concept coined by indigenous activist Christine Nobis
Uh-huh.
to dismantle common misunderstandings about Thanksgiving.
Common what?
Misunderstandings.
Yeah, when they say misunderstandings, it's common doctrination, because they doctrinate us with this in our schools. Go ahead.
Okay. About Thanksgiving with the truth. So in the name of trust giving,
Truth.
like a truth giving, here's the true history of this holiday and what you can do about it.
Yeah, the real story.
Okay. You said what the real story?
Yeah, down. What's the real story of Thanksgiving?
What's the real story of Thanksgiving? The first Thanksgiving, sorry, as a lot of folks understand it.
No.
Hmm?
No, go up.
Go on.
Right here, what's the real story of Thanksgiving?
Come on. What's the real story of Thanksgiving?
Yeah, read the quotations.
Oh, come on. The Pilgrims had hardly explored the shores of Cape Cod for 4 days before they had robbed the graves of many ancestors and stolen their corn and beans.
What did they do when they first got here? They sat there and had turkey and stuffing and cornbread and whatever, gravy and what's that called? Cranberry sauce. Is that what they did? What did they do, Caviar?
They had robbed the graves of many ancestors and stolen their corn and beans.
And stolen their corn and beans. Now, who's saying this? Keep going.
Wamasuta Frank James.
Right?
Wampanoag.
Wampanoag.
Wampanoag, activist and organizer of the National Day of Mourning.
Right, National Day of Mourning, right? You want to watch the video? You want to watch the video? Watch the video. Let's see what the video is talking about. You said what?
Happy Thanksgiving, America. I'm Donna, and I'm here with my friends to tell you the real history behind this holiday.
Look at these teens. Look at
Growing
these.
up, I knew
Oh,
that what they told you in school
look at these
about
Native American
Thanksgiving
teenagers,
wasn't true.
and they know about their people. You know what I'm talking about? Black teenagers is out here gangbanging and selling drugs and trying to smoke weed and, you know what I mean, doing everything under the sun to disrespect the Most High. At least they understand about their ancestors.
Like I said, I met like 3 or 4 of them, but they know about those things because their parents and their and everyone has told them about it, right?
Oh yeah,
But they can't do anything inside that reservation.
yeah, exactly.
But they know. It's just, what can they do?
Right. They can serve the Most High.
The hand of the oppressor is so heavy on them.
Yeah, but they can serve the Most High. That's why it's up to us to bring it to them.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Keep going.
That's not the true story. The true story behind Thanksgiving was after every killing of a whole village, these European settlers celebrated it and they called it Thanksgiving. But it wasn't until Abraham Lincoln became president that it became an official holiday.
He ordered 38 Dakota men to be hung for war crimes after the sacred holiday Christmas. We take this time to remember our elders who lost their lives due to what really happened. Usually my mom makes a Native American dish for us and we pray.
Growing up, I would be kind of annoyed that they didn't know what actually happened on Thanksgiving and that they're actually celebrating the deaths of many people and many tribes that were lost.
Whether it's to give thanks or to be with your family, you should learn how the holiday was established in the first place.
I'm thankful for being born indigenous to this continent.
I'm thankful that I still have my culture.
I'm thankful that my elders kept our culture alive all these years.
I'm thankful to be indigenous, resilient, and alive.
I'm thankful for us all to be able to stand together, stand strong, and stand as one.
Happy Thanksgiving, America.
You know what?
They're still doing things though.
Man, Cappy, are you on it? Because I was just about to say that. They're still in the Thanksgiving spirit. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say something similar, kind of. They were giving things, and that's in the wrong spirit. However, they ain't giving things to no oppressor. I just thankful that
Right.
they still got somehow they're still a family, somehow they're still together, but it's still in the wrong spirit, right?
Yeah, it's still because I'm finna cut that. Let's say you right. You give me a gift, right? You give gifts all the time, right? Let's say you give me a gift on December 25th and you wrap it up in a Christmas in gifts.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I know, because you know the spirit behind it. Even though they was giving thanks, you know what I mean, which is for their culture and everything, which is absolutely excellent. That's excellent. But they still brainwashed by the day and the spirit that it comes in.
Yeah, one of the sisters that said their mom makes a meal for them.
Yeah,
she makes
a traditional Native American meal.
Like,
hey, on Thanksgiving. Hey, what am I supposed to eat on Thanksgiving? I make a meal too. I be cooking, but I cook today. Yes, you feel me? I cook all the time. You know, I cook all the time. You feel me? I'm not gonna make no turkey and stuffing and all that. I'm not gonna change my diet up. You know what I'm talking about? But I am gonna make me some good old vegetables, and you know what I mean, things like that. You know what I mean? Because you know I do how I eat you dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna saute me up some good vegetables. I'm gonna make some vegetable Alfredo. That's what I'm gonna do. Real talk. Delicious. Put over some black rice.
What?
I know, right? You ain't never seen it. Look, don't worry about it. Don't worry about all that. You know, don't worry about it. It's a different type of eating around here. You gotta eat it with some black. You ever try black rice? Yeah, you got to get some black rice and try that, or some brown rice. Get some black rice. Say that's long grain black rice. That stuff. Let's keep reading, Capiar.
Okay. So it says the first Thanksgiving, as a lot of folks understand it, was in 1621 between the Pilgrims of Plymouth.
No, Plymouth.
Plymouth.
You never heard of Plymouth? We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Malcolm X. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, bro. Okay, bro.
Plymouth Colony and the Wampanoag tribe in present day Massachusetts.
Right. In Boston, around Boston. Go ahead.
While records indicate that this celebration did happen, there are a few misconceptions we need to clear up.
Right. We need a few misconceptions we need to clear up. Let's clear them up. Let's go ahead.
Because of the erasure, in other words, removal and exclusion of Native American narratives from the histories, histories, a lot of us were taught. We've been left with an incomplete picture of what really happened. So so here's the full story.
Right. Okay. So what they're saying is that because Native American people, when they want to speak about it and their history, right, about what happened, their history gets shunned out. It gets removed. It gets pushed to the side. And the narrative that comes out is a narrative of the Edomite people, of the Caucasian people. Right. Go ahead.
There's no evidence that the Wampanoag people were even invited in the first place. And they said 90 members of the Wampanoag tribe were present. Were present and makes no mention of the invitations.
Right.
Some experts believe that these 90 men were an army sent by Wampanoag leader. Osamaquin?
You said they. Okay, Osamaquin does sound right.
Yeah, Osamaquin. Yeah, that sound right. At the sound of gunshots, which turned out to be a part of celebration. It's like a part of the celebration.
Right. So they thought they was starting beef. They was out there shooting guns. Pow, 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 pow. So the Wampanoag leader sends the army, sends soldiers out there. Hey, go see what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? They sound like they want some smoke. Go ahead, go see what they talking about. You feel me? Go ahead.
Okay. In their first encounter with the Wampanoag people, the Pilgrims stole from the tribe's winter provisions.
Because you know how when the winter comes, we're gonna stock up and get ready for the cold winter. Right? Their first encounter with the Wampanoag people, the Pilgrims stole from their winter provisions. They stole from their winter stock up. Right? Go ahead.
It wasn't until later that Osamaquin formed an alliance between the groups.
Right.
Even then, the alliance really only existed because the Wampanoag people were ravaged by diseases brought by European colonizers.
Right. Right. Because the European colonizers came and they brought smallpox and measles and things like that wasn't privy to the Wampanoag people, the Native American people. So the Native American people wanted to make a truce with them because they needed medicines and they needed to figure out what was going on, right? So they made a treaty with them, which is never a good thing to do, is to make a treaty with the Edomite people. Never make a treaty with the colonizers. Because when you do that, they just take their treaty because they don't know peace. So they just take that treaty and they go behind your back and they unalive people. Yes.
This might be a silly question, but can we apply that now? Like
yes. Yes.
Making pacts and contracts with, like, let's say our favor, for example. Like, should we trust them to keep the end of the deal?
Of course, they're not going to keep their end of the deal. They're going to find any way to get out of that. But If they're gonna give you more money, give me more money then. You dig what I'm saying? But don't look to don't look to them to uphold that what's the name for you.
That treaty, right?
Right? Dang, what's I'm thinking about the scriptures on the tip of my tongue about making covenants with them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
Okay.
I know, but it's on the tip of my tongue.
No covenant with them.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Exodus 23 and 32. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was on the tip. It's on the tip of my tongue.
23 and 32.
Yep, 23 and 32. Exodus.
Also done with the article?
No.
Okay. This is 23 and 22.
23 and 32.
So you want me to put the scripture on the screen real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This is book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 32. Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
Right, thou shalt do what?
Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
It says thou shalt make no covenant with them. So when he's talking about covenant with them, he's talking about making covenants with the other nations. Right? Talking about making covenants with the Edomites, making covenant with Africans, making covenants with Arabs, you know what I mean? Asians. Don't make no covenants with them, right?
Okay.
Keep going, but it's not just talking about covenants like agreements with them or peace treaties with them, right? Because they're not going to keep their peace treaties anyway. But what is it talking about?
Okay. Thou shalt make no covenant with them,
right?
Nor with their God.
Nor with their what?
With their God.
So when you make a covenant with them, you got to make a covenant with their God. Because you're the Israelites, right?
Okay.
So if you try to make a covenant with them, they're going to try to overpower you by having you make a covenant with their God. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that what they do? Ain't that what they do? Since we made a covenant with them in Thanksgiving, right? Now they're trying to make all of us celebrate Thanksgiving. Make a covenant with their God. Keep going. Oh. Go ahead, Tazia.
Verse 33. They shall not dwell in thy land.
Right. The Most High told us, they shouldn't dwell in our land. Not even give up our land to them so they can have a little piece of land over here, you know what I mean, on the west side. No, you can't have our land. So you know gentrification, right? Even though they do it in what do you call it, in sneaky ways, we shouldn't be giving up our houses, grandmother houses, grandfather houses to them in gentrification. That's my grandma. My grandmama was living here, and my grandfather was, you know what I mean, and my mama would live here. Why should I inherit the house and then give it up? You do what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Lest they make thee sin against me.
Right? Because they're gonna, lest they make you sin against the Lord. Right? That's why we shouldn't be making marriages with them. Because they're gonna turn us away from following our God. And ain't that what happened? Is that not what happened? We made treaties with them, they conquered us, and now we don't even know who our God is. To where she said, I'm an indigenous people. That's what they said. I'm happy for my indigenous roots. Girl, you an Israelite. You know what I'm talking about? You're from the tribe of Gad. No, I'm indigenous. No, you ain't indigenous to, you know what I mean? You understand that? You understand that? It's just like us being called black. Or the West Indians being called West Indian, or Haitians being called Haitians. You dig what I'm saying? because we lost our culture. We lost who we were. Who we are is our culture. Go ahead.
For if thou serve their gods, I will surely be a snare unto thee.
Oh, what's a snare? Go ahead.
It's how I know it's
No, it's a you would you shake your head, Caviar. You know what it is?
Someone who like ends up being terrible to you. Like,
No.
no?
A trap.
Wait,
A snare is a trap.
I don't know yet. Oh.
the snare of the drum. That's how I know.
Oh, it will surely be a snare unto you.
It's going to be a trap unto you. Definitely. Are we not trapped here? What do they call? What do they call where they sell drugs at?
That's trap.
It's a trap for a reason. They call it a trap for a reason. What do they call? What do they call where? Taziar, you from the East Coast? What do they call those big apartment buildings where everybody sell drugs at? That's 10 stories high, 20 stories high. That's why it's called the project. It's a project. It's a trap. Somewhere to keep low income housing to where we stay there and we trap out of there. And where do most people that live in the projects and live in traps go?
To jail.
To prison. Or they do what?
They die.
They unalive. They get unalived. You dig what I'm saying? You understand that? The Most High is giving us, he's giving us a way out, and we're not taking it. Because the Wampanoag leader wanted to make a covenant with him. With these people. And now they on reservations, and the what do you call them? Now the colonizer colonized the whole North America. You think what I'm saying? You understand? Next week I'm gonna go over how my Native American brothers wasn't going for it really. Brothers like Geronimo, Black Coyote, they wasn't going for it. You know what I'm talking about? That's why they just finished conquering 1930s with what's the dude? Eleanor Roosevelt. Yeah, he female, but it's Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt. The Rough Riders just finished conquering the last piece of Native American people and putting them on the reservations in the 1930s. Going for it. It's going. That's why Teddy Roosevelt. Y'all didn't know that? Because he's the conqueror and scout Native American brothers and sisters in the 1930s. There's still people living from the 1930s. You understand? Just fathom that.
And their conquest began in the 1700s.
1608.
So 16, 17, 18, 19. So it took them 300 years to get rid of these brothers?
Yeah. Yeah, you ever heard of Jonestown?
Jamestown?
Jonestown.
Jones? No.
Is it Jonestown or Jamestown? It could be Jamestown.
Settlement of Jamestown?
Yeah. 1608. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? Before that, in 1570 something, they had a settlement in Roanoke, Virginia. Is it Roanoke, Virginia? It's like an island off of the coast of Virginia. Yeah, Roanoke. When all them disappeared. You know what I mean?
Man, they fought for a long time.
Yeah.
South, we got conquered like 100 years.
Yeah. Native American. That's why in the Bible they say Gad is my troop. Real talk, because Gad ain't playing no games. The tribe of Gad, it's not playing no games, bro. I'm sorry. Even now, even now when they have Christopher Columbus Day, right, or Indigenous People Day, what do the Gadites do? We was at camp. What did the Gadites do? They march out there. They wear they fringes, they colors, and they be out there. You know what I mean? They don't play no games. Gadite brothers don't play no games, bro. I'm sorry, they not. Oh, I got you. He had his hand up first.
That's the scripture where it says they shall overcome at the end.
Yes.
That's for Gad, right?
Yeah. Gadite brothers ain't playing no games. Gadite brothers out there for beef. They want war. They not out. You know what I mean? Like real talk. Real talk. Think about brothers like I'm about to say Giovanni. Think Geronimo. Think about brothers like Geronimo. I would look. Geronimo has his biography, right? That he told himself, and it's like 4 hours long. You know, I'm a big truck driver. I listened to that thing all the way to where I was getting to, and I was listening to it, and all the stories that he was telling about going to war, and you know what I mean, and how they wasn't going for it, and it was only him and 3 other partners, and they was like, you know what I mean, they went into the mountains, and they was coming back, and they was hitting the army troops that was coming to take them away, that was looking for them, and they kept coming out the mountains and hitting them real quick and dipping back off into the mountains. It was only like 4 of them, and they kept getting shot, and they would, you know what I mean, they keep riding all the way into Mexico, and they get patched up, and they go back out there to fight. You know what I mean? Because Mexico abolished slavery. Right, so they used to run and come up to the Apache land, right? Hit the American troops, and then go back to Mexico. Yeah, you know what I mean. You'll never guess who gave up the Geronimo.
What year is it?
In like the 1870s, because he lived on the reservation, because he wasn't really trying to live on the reservation, and they let him live on the they captured him, put him in jail, and then they let him live on the reservation when he was too old to fight back. And then 1930, in like the 1930s, he did his that's when he did his biography or whatever. He was talking to the people, they interviewed him. But you'll never guess who set up Geronimo to get captured.
His brother.
You damn right. His own people. The Apache people that he was going back to and trying to get. They the ones that told him that he was coming onto the reservation. He was coming to the land to come see them, and that's when they surrounded him, and you know what I mean. He couldn't get out of there. His own people.
He must have had a bounty on his head.
I don't know if he had a bounty or no. I don't know. Of course, he had a bounty on his head, but the Apache people was the one. The Apache elders is the one that told him that he was coming in to come see his family and all that, and they surrounded him to surround the camp.
What the heck are they doing?
Nothing. They didn't do anything to him. They just arrested it. I don't know. They just arrested him, and they kept him in the hole. And then when he was too old to fight back, that's when they let him out to live on the reservation. That's how I felt. I was the whole time I was listening to the story about how Geronimo was a warrior. I was like, hell yeah, do it to him, get yeah. And then this, you know what I mean. The Apache leaders set him up, and I said, I was driving. I was thinking about my mind, like, what the hell? Like, you feel me? You just like, so you gonna set him like. You're not even gonna be like, I'm neutral, bro. I'm not even gonna tell them that you're coming, and I'm not finna, you know what I'm talking about, help you. You better do it on your own. You have to play the opposite part. It's crazy.
Like they didn't even get forced to do it, they just did it like
they ain't get forced to do it, they just did it.
Oh yeah, by the way, our brother is coming over here, you know, we come here to come and talk to us and everything.
That's the crazy part, but that's our people. That's holding a grudge. That's our people.
That's crazy.
I was hurt. I was like, man, but that's what our people do. How many people They sell drugs with them, and then all this hit people and go unalive people with their brothers and all that. And the next thing you know, they get in trouble and go to jail, and they selling up the whole gang. Who was there? Pookie, Ray, Smackman, you know, talking about OG Bobby Johnson, and it was Ray. They was all there. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? You think what I'm saying? Give up the whole story. Like, bro, you was in, like, you ever seen First 48? Good night, bro. First 48, everybody snitch. I be like, nigga, they ain't even know nothing. Yeah. Get in the room. They get to crying. Then next thing you know, they switch from I ain't saying nothing to having a red lobster with cheddar butter biscuits and the sweet tea and a cigarette. You know what I'm talking about? They're telling the whole story. It was me, Pookie, and Ray, right? First off, we was gonna go home, and I was like, "Go home for what?" They was like, "We got to get the straps." They was like, "Man, stop by my house." And I got all the straps, and then you know what I'm talking about? I gave one to Pookie, I gave one to Ray. Then we slid across, and then I wasn't gonna shoot, but then Ray jumped out the car, and he was running after dude, pow, 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 and then Pookie jumped out the car, he was running after dude. I was driving, see, and I was just doing what they was telling me to do. They get to telling the whole jamboree. You be like you right. I was driving. See, they was the one that was out there. They was shooting. So you didn't shoot nothing out your gun? No, I ain't shoot nothing out my gun. But I was driving though. Make him accomplice to the murder, and you still doing a life sentence. Goofy.
You should have said, I wasn't even that. You know, I was hanging out with my girl that day, taking her on a date. And my brother, you know, next time I get a call from my brother. Tell me, oh yeah, they saw Pookie running down the street.
But they already know he was there because that's the whole thing. Oh, so it was Ray that was there. Yeah, it was Ray. Okay, so they go get Ray. You feel me? And Ray tell him everything about Pookie and real talk, brother. Real talk. Like you just couldn't go to jail yourself? You know what I'm talking? I had a mask on. They saw your face. You just couldn't go to jail yourself? You know what I'm talking? Like, that's what happens. Go back to the article. That's what happens, bro. And it's crazy.
So,
yeah.
In the first encounter with the Wampanoag people, the Pilgrims stole from the tribe's winter provisions.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until later that Osama Keen formed an alliance between the groups. Even then, the alliance really only existed because the Wampanoag people were ravaged by diseases brought by European colonists in the years prior.
Mm-hmm.
It was less about intercultural harmony and more about survival.
Okay, so they didn't want to have intercultural. They didn't want to be integrated with them, but they needed. But it was about survival. But how do we survive?
How do we survive?
Mm-hmm.
Like today?
Yeah. How do we survive as Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, as the children of Israel? How are we supposed to survive? Taziar.
How do we survive? How are we supposed to?
How are we supposed to survive? How do we survive? And how are we supposed to survive?
We survive by joining the oppressor.
No. We die. We unalive like that. How we survive and how we supposed to survive is the same answer.
Following His laws, statutes, and commandments.
That too, but I want to make it plain.
By sticking to with ourselves.
Yeah, that too. But how to make it? Capriar, go ahead.
By not joining with the oppressors.
By serving the Lord. By how do we supposed to depend on the Lord in all things? That's how we survive. We survive by depending on the Most High in everything, in the abundance of everything. Serving the Lord's statutes and commandments. if the enemy come against us, we, you know what I mean? That's how we do it. We keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Why do we keep the law, statutes, and commandments?
Just stay alive.
Yeah, that too.
Because the Lord says so.
Because the Lord said so. Sometimes you don't even understand the law. The Lord said it though. Like, all right, cool. Yeah, cool. Look, how are we supposed to do that? All right, no sweat. Come on, sir. You know what I'm talking about, right? Some things in the law, you be like, why you say that? Hey, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you feel me? The Lord said it though. Okay. And it's plain as day. Like, yeah, the Lord did say that. Why you wear fringes? Man, look, because the Lord said so. You don't even know the reason for wearing fringes. I just know the Lord said wear fringes with a border of blue. So I got to wear fringes with a border of blue. Makes sense, don't it? Yeah, the Lord said it. Makes sense. You know what I'm talking about? That's having faith. Abraham was going to unalive his son because the Lord said so. Didn't know why. I don't know. All right, the Lord said it, and he was tied him up and everything. He was like, ugh. And the angel had to come through, like, whoa. All right, bro, we believe you. Put the knife down. Put it down, bro. Yeah, so I bet Isaac had a whole bunch of psychological messed up. Like, he was like you was really gonna do it? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he was laying down on the altar. You know what I'm saying? Isaac was looking at his daddy like, he had a knife. You know, like every time he picked up a knife, Isaac was like, "I'm gonna go outside." You feel me? Abraham trying to cut some lamb up. You know, Isaac come in there, see it. I'm gonna go outside. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna be around him with this knife because the angel had to come stop him when he was like in the mid of about to unalive his son. You dig what I'm saying? That's the kind of faith we have to have. What's up, Capiar? You forgot. You had a question. You raised your hand and had a question and forgot it?
I was trying to listen to what you were saying. I'm like,
all right. So in the time for survival, instead of having to go to the colonizers to make an agreement with them for survival, right? What they should have did was just depended on the Lord. Reverted back to their ancestors with how their ancestors did things, and revert back to their God, and not make no covenant with them. Yes.
What's for Abraham? So Abraham in his mind, because he can hear the Lord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he can hear him, but Isaac can't. So what Isaac is seeing is completely like he's just seeing his father with a knife and stabbing.
No, he took him away from his mother and everything, and built the altar and all that for him to sacrifice him on. Because there's rules to sacrificing. And the angel had to come down and be like, whoa, we believe you, okay? Like, look, he probably went back to the Lord and was like, hey, yo, Abraham, rivet, you know? You feel me? He was really gonna do it. I told him to do it. He got the faith, you know what I'm talking about?
So Abraham could, like, I don't know if you can see, but he could hear the angels and everything speaking to him, but Isaac couldn't. So Isaac is like thinking about his father in a different way, like, man, he's just gonna kill me. Like that thing was.
There we are. Are you not hearing?
Like,
the angel had to stop Abraham from unaliving Isaac. We read the story, and you don't remember the story?
I remember the story. I'm saying, like,
that's how it happened.
I'm saying, like, Isaac couldn't see that, like, or hear that.
No, not at that time.
He was like crazy.
I'm pretty sure he was terrified, like, because you know what I mean. As he was tying him up on the altar, like, he was like, "What you doing?" Because he just seen the animal being sacrificed plenty of times, Isaac. But this time, I was on the altar, not the animal. Like, bruh, what's up? You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? What's up, Tazier? You had something?
Yeah, What I meant to say when it was written in parentheses,
Yeah.
which copy I didn't get to yet, but it says made necessary by the actions of these settlers.
Yep.
So they had to.
No.
Much that we do now, they had to. Their.
It was just like the survival for their survival because of smallpox and tuberculosis and things like that. They didn't never knew anything about these diseases.
They had to like.
So they had to.
Part of their.
Yeah, they had to go to them for medicines. Like, what's good? Like, you know what I mean? Oh, that's just tuberculosis. That's just smallpox, bro. Just smallpox. I don't know what smallpox is. Like, I ain't never had these bumps and bulls. You know what I mean? Like, think about when coronavirus came. Like, coronavirus, what are you talking about? Like, like people are dying from this? What is it? Coronavirus. And we black, but they drunk too many Coronas. You know what I mean? Like, they got a virus from it. What they do? What happened with coronavirus? And you start doing some research about it, like, why they call it coronavirus? You dig what I'm saying? You understand? So that's why we was like, you know what I mean? Because we was looking like, what? Like, all right, let's keep reading though.
That first harvest was followed by deadly conflicts between colonizers and native people.
Right, it was a deadly conflict. Well, they was like the first harvest, because remember they took the harvest, they put it up, you know what I mean, for provisions, and then the pilgrims came and stole it. Go ahead.
Including, but definitely not limited to, the Wampanoag.
Right, so it wasn't just the Wampanoag people. It was more than just the Wampanoag people. It was more native tribes that was getting stolen from by the native tribes. It was more in that deadly conflict. Right, go ahead.
The Europeans repaid the native allies by seizing native land and imprisoning, enslaving, and executing native people.
Right, so the people that was with the Wampanoag, right, that was like, we're gonna fight with y'all against this devil. Ooh, I like the way that sounds. We're gonna fight with y'all against this devil, right? No, I can say devil. I can say devil. No, we can say devil. We just can't say.
Oh, okay, all right, understand. Sorry.
You know what I mean? I can say devil. You know who the devil is? You know who the devil is? No, I ain't even gotta say that. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't even gotta say that. I can just say devil, and we all know who we talking about. All right, no sweat. Just like the Bible says. The Bible don't say nothing about who he is, where he is. He said the devil. Okay, the devil. We know who that is. You know what I'm talking about? We're supposed to know. Right? So the people that was fighting with the Wampanoag against the devil, right? They started repaid the native allies by seizing their native land, imprisoning them, enslaving them, and executing native people. Executing them, unaliving them. You dig what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Following Thanksgiving, celebrations by European settlers often marked brutal victories over native people.
Go ahead.
Like the Quad Massacre of 1636, or the beheading of Wampanoag leader Matakam in 1676.
Right. So after that, when that happened, when they first got there, even everything after that was they celebrated Thanksgiving by massacring Native American people and beheading our ancestors, our leaders. That's how they celebrated Thanksgiving. Right, go ahead.
Today, the Wampanoag make up two federally recognized tribes: the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe and the Wampanoag tribe of Guy Head.
Right, go ahead. Keep going.
Why haven't I heard this before.
Why haven't we heard this before?
Many students still complete an American education is short about the place of Native people in the nation's past or in its present.
Right. So what they're saying is that we get a European or an American education and not the real education of what happened. Meaning, you know how sometimes in in the future or in Florida right now, how they're saying that it was the transatlantic slave trade was a transatlantic migration. So that means slavery ain't gonna even be around in the future. They're not gonna be like, we weren't slaves, we migrated here. That's why they're taking down all the statues of slave owners and all of the flags of the what's it called, the Confederate flag.
Okay.
What's up, Capiar?
Oh, they're doing exactly what they did when we watched that movie.
Yeah,
They're doing that.
I don't know, I fell asleep when they were born in that movie.
It
That movie was boring, but it was some real stuff happening. It was some real stuff happening. What's it called? 451 Fahrenheit, where they was burning all the books and taking all the history away, and they only allowed the Bible, Moby Dick, and it was like some other book. That's the only 3 books that they allowed to remain. They was burning all the other books. That's okay. It was a cool movie. It was just not exciting. Yeah, I mean, they did a lot of talking, and I was like, man, who's gonna get beat up? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to say. So ain't anybody gonna slap nobody. You think what I'm saying? Like I'm watching the books. Yeah, books burning. Yeah, but ain't nobody gonna slap somebody. Like, why you burning the books? Yes. You feel me? Keep going.
This quote is by Philip Deloria, a Harvard professor and a scholar of Native American history.
All right, look at that. Look. A scholar of Native American history. Go ahead. And he's a Harvard professor. These just, you know what I mean? You don't want to take my word for it. Take the Harvard professor word for it. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, a lot of U.S. schools just don't actively teach Native American history.
Hey, they don't teach anything accurately. They don't teach anything history accurately. You know what I mean? Yes.
Okay, and the child's only gonna know what he's been taught.
Of course. That's why it's up to us to teach our children. All right, go ahead.
Or sometimes don't teach Native American history at all.
Right. Just like they had to get the Black History Month, and when Black History Month we were slaves, Martin Luther King, or we were slaves, we're free because of what's that dude's name? The tall guy, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, and Rosa Parks, and now we're here. That's Black history. In school, that's Black history, bro. I'm sorry.
That is Black history.
They don't teach anything accurately. Go ahead.
But the fact is, Native American history is American history.
Right. Oh, go ahead.
November is National Native American History Month, which makes it the perfect time to learn about the role Native people have played in the shaping our country.
I want to know about this. Go ahead.
Here's the other thing to keep in mind. Native people are a part of the past, and they're also very much a part of our country's present and future.
You damn right. You looking at future rulers of the earth. You know what I'm saying? You look at Native American people, you're looking at future rulers of the earth. You know what I'm talking about? When Christ returns, he gonna set a lot of them above you. You damn right. You live the future. Go ahead.
About 87% of the state level history standards don't mention Native American history after 1900.
Right, because after 1900, that's when Theodore Roosevelt and those Rough Riders was hunting them down and unaliving them and scalping them. They don't want you to say about that. You feel me? Keep going.
But Native American people have had a huge impact on contemporary U.S. society.
Right. That's just like how they hide the black Wall Street and Seneca Village and Durham, North Carolina and Detroit. You know what I mean? And Rosewood, Florida. You dig what I'm saying? We had too many societies. St. Louis. That's why there's a St. Louis and there's an East St. Louis. And East St. Louis is terrible. You dig what I'm saying? Because that's you feel me? That was the black part. You know what I'm talking about? Because we had so many different black societies that was coming together and outperforming the other demographic that was here in America. You dig what I'm saying? During the Great Depression. When they was having a Great Depression, we was having a Renaissance. You know what I'm talking about? We was doing our dang thing. And they had to destroy it systematically by putting drugs or dropping bombs out of helicopters, right? Putting drugs, bombs out of helicopters, or saying that a black man molested and assaulted a devil woman, like Rosewood, Florida. You ever seen that movie Rosewood? Y'all should go look it up. Right? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Because they said he whistled at a devil. You know what I mean? You understand that? Go ahead.
Take, for example, Joy Harpo, the first Native American poet. Laureate.
Yeah, laureate.
Laureate. The young indigenous activists who are fighting for their communities, and the record number of lawmakers bringing Native representation to government.
Representation.
Bringing Native representation to government.
And they ain't gonna do nothing but make covenants with them either. You know what I mean? Only people that's gonna represent the Native Americans properly is the ISUPK and the brothers and sisters in the ISUPK, right? That's the only one that's gonna represent the Native Americans, the so-called Native Americans properly, and teach them who they are and teach them what solutions they're gonna get. Because trying to make give Native American representation in the government ain't gonna work. How many black people is in the Senate? You know, so there's a lot of black people in the Senate, right? You think what I'm saying? And we still get hung on trees. We still get drugs pushed into our neighborhoods. You think what I'm saying? Ain't nothing changed. Martin Luther King went and I have a dream, right? Right, Caviar? What did he say? I have a scheme. Yeah, so he was dreaming, but his scheme was, you know what I mean? Because he wasn't he had his own agenda for us to be, instead of working for the people, he was working for himself. Make sense?
You were trying to integrate his thoughts so that he could see the white woman.
Shh. Stop. I've been trying to use words not to get us banned from Facebook and YouTube, and he gonna come right on and get us cut off. You know what I mean? But he definitely was trying to sleep with oppressors. Definitely was trying to sleep with the devil. Go ahead.
Why does it matter? To me, Thanksgiving is a reminder of our resistance as indigenous people navigating this settler society that continuously tries to erase and destroy us. Yet we are still here.
Look. You know what? I just love Native American people every Thanksgiving. You know, so I just love them more and more every day, because every time I do some history about them, they always talk about resistance and, you know, so and fighting the fight. I just love them so much. You know what I mean? Because you just have to love that resilience, right? Look at that word. Resilience. You just have to love that resilience and resistance, and that you just have to love it. You know what I mean? Yeah, the perseverance. You can't be you can't be you can't. Is it pussyfoot? You can't be around them and be soft. You know what I'm saying? They just hard. And I love it. I love them. I love the hard. Yeah, you can't be a coward. No cowards. I just love the Native American people more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? I just like, you feel me? They hardcore. You know what I mean? They hardcore. We got a thing called Juneteenth, right? And they be having buffalo soldiers out there. You know what I'm talking about? No, during Juneteenth. Yeah, buffalo soldiers. Those are soldiers that went and fought against the Native Americans for the American government.
Oh,
right. The Lord, I don't want to call them traitors, but how you gonna fight? How you gonna be oppressed and fight against oppressed people? It's crazy.
I'll be a solid racist.
Yeah, sellout. How you gonna be oppressed and fight against oppressed people?
Fight against each other?
Yeah. Of course. It was making us fight against each other. Yeah, that I don't even be surprised when Native Americans be like, man, look, I don't mess with y'all. I dig it, bro. I dig it. They did do the fool on. You know what I mean? I understand it. Fell 52 fake. And we went along with it. And now when you see Buffalo Soldiers, black people be like, yeah, Buffalo Soldiers. You know what I mean? Like, they just be so happy and so proud to be an American looking at. You know what I mean? They just had a whole what's the name celebration on Sabbath with the Buffalo Soldiers because that was Veterans Day.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we was in the rain, but we was in the rain, really giving people something to look up to. Go ahead, y'all.
Okay. This is a quote from Alan Salway, writer in the community organizer from the Navajo Nation. We can't use inaccurate histories to inform our understanding of Native communities. The erasure of Native narrative and voices contributes to the invisibility of Native people and issues. By recognizing the true history of these events, we can affirm the experience of Native communities and do a better job of tackling the systemic issues that they have faced.
Look, they talking about they got just the systemic issues. What do we call racism?
What do we call racism?
Systemic racism, systematic racism. That means that they have a system in place to be racist against us. Right? They have the same thing against my Native American brothers. Same thing against my Hispanic brothers. You dig what I'm saying? Real talk. There's look. Caviar, you probably remember this. I did a brotherhood class on when I first came, when Caviar like Brown really first came, and I did a brotherhood class, right? And it was talking about how in all the countries in South America, right, how they push the dark-skinned people, they push them down to like the ghettos and the poor parts, right? And they don't give them as much publicity as the lighter skinned people, right? Meaning like in Cancun, Cancun, Mexico is a big tourist attraction. There you see a lot of light-skinned Hispanics, right? Light-skinned Mexicans. But if you go to somewhere like, is it Oaxaca? Or Oaxaca, right? They have darker skinned people there because that's not a tourist spot. You know what I mean? What's up?
You can see that in the it's formerly known as the Español, Haiti and the Dominican Republic is.
Right.
They got all the dark skin. What's that term?
Simeon?
Yeah.
Or Levi. Levi would be the Haitians,
they
but
got the brothers. Yeah, they got the Haitian brothers on the east and the Dominican brothers on the west. And a lot of them, the majority of them in Haitian are darker.
Yeah.
And they don't have tourist spots.
Yeah.
The Dominican Republic doesn't.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. You know, in Haiti,
it's like that's
systematic racism.
That's the first time I've seen that word.
Yeah, that's systemic issues, but they talking about systematic racism. Yeah, that's systematic. It's systematic that Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans live in the ghettos and the barrios and the reservations. You feel me? Everybody else living in the suburbs, live in beautiful, nice lands, beautiful, nice houses. You be like, you look at some. Where was we at? Me and my rib was somewhere. And we went out. We went out to eat, and it's like a nice area, whatever. And we got lost, and we was driving behind the place in the neighborhood, and it was just, bro, these houses was stupid big, and I was like, she was like, you see these houses? That's how I looked. I said, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Like these houses were stupid big for no reason. I was just like, damn, the whole neighborhood is huge. You know what I'm talking about? And I was like, let me go out. You know, me being me, I was like, let's go find this restaurant. You know what I'm talking about? Because I don't want to be caught after hours out here, and you know what I mean. But it was just stupid big, and it's like right down the street from my house. My house is like a regular size house. These houses were like super mansions. I was driving like, bro, you know, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's a systematic. You know, in Haiti they eat mud pies, literally dirt. I was looking when I seen the documentary. I said, these are a delicacy here. You talking about people actually want to eat mud pies? And I was confused. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, like y'all taking red dirt and mixing it with water and making pies, like cookies.
Does it have nutrients to keep you alive for one day?
Yeah, that's crazy. What's up?
I was gonna say, like, when I was at your crib, I was saying, like, hey, pretty much the size of their kitchen.
Yeah.
Pretty much the size of their bathroom, actually.
Yeah.
Their bathroom the size of your whole house, maybe bigger.
Yeah, my house is a shack compared to them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And then they make you pay extra money on top of that. It's crazy, right? Let's keep going, Capio.
And continue to face as a result. After all, how can you properly address a problem if you don't understand its root causes?
You're right. How can you address a problem if you don't understand that they are the problem? You dig what I'm saying? We talking about I'm giving thanks for this and giving thanks for that, but that is the problem. That is the problem. How can you help the problem when you are the problem? You dig what I'm saying? You understand what I'm talking about? How can we help? How can they help us with our problems if they are the problem? And that's the problem, and that's what we're talking about. They are the problem. So how can they help us with our problem? That's why we have to come together, and we have to be able to serve our God, so we can, so you know what I mean. So our king, so we can bring our king back, and we can rule the earth. You dig what I'm saying? You understand that? Because when we rule the earth, there ain't gonna be no problems in Palestine between Palestine and those Israelis. You dig what I'm saying? When we rule the earth, there ain't gonna be no problem with Russia and the Ukraine. When we rule the earth, right? Ain't gonna be no what do you call it? The Euphrates drying up. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna be no problem between China and Japan.
I just thought about that. Like when we was in the world probably around white people, it was always a problem.
Stop saying that.
Around our cultures, there was always a problem that was caused. Like whenever now that we're like, it's only us. Like if we throw a party or something,
yeah.
Now that's only us. There's never a problem.
Yeah, I feel it.
There's never an issue when we keep these all that together. Like being around our cultures, there was Yeah, oppressors, there will always be a problem or something go out of control.
Yeah, because they are out of control. They're animals. The oppressor here in America are animals. You know, I know they're animals because they don't only unalive you, they unalive their own people. They don't only unalive their own people, they unalive the babies of their own people. And when I say babies, I mean because the elementary school kids, we call them babies. You remember Sandy Hook a couple years ago? Yeah, that was an oppressor that killed oppressor babies. Good night. Good night. I mean, good night. That should be enough right there to let you know that you killing oppressor babies. You killing the babies of your own people. Good night. You dig what I'm saying? Because we call those babies. How many times we be like, hey, don't be doing that in front of the kids? You know what I mean? I remember Junior Muhammad was talking about you argue in front of if you argue with your wife or with your husband in front of your kids, you are the scum of the earth. Remember, he's like, you don't care about your kids. And then he's talking about not even arguing in front of the kids. And these people are unaliving kids. Just like what was it called? Was it Hamas? That Cap was talking about is showing that how they was unaliving babies and kids and beheading them over there in where they at right now. Over there where not where they at, but over there where they were showing the videos. You dig what I'm saying? They're unaliving kids. Like, that's crazy. And they get mad at Black, Hispanics, Native Americans for having beef, and kids and a 4-year-old girl get hit by random gunfire. We understand that's a terrible thing, but y'all are actually bombing. Y'all bombing hospitals where kids are. You're bombing where civilians are. You're bombing those things. Like,
The United States did an airstrike on Syria.
Terrible. They've been trying to get Syria for the longest. Obama went to war in Syria trying to get Syria. They've been trying to get Syria for the longest. I don't know. You do what I'm saying? I'm just trying to survive and wait. I'm just trying to survive and bring Christ here. So while they doing all this unaliving and bombing and things like that, we gonna be feeding the homeless. You know what I'm talking about, bringing brothers together. We gonna keep doing the work of the Lord. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep doing the work of the Lord. Hey. You know what I mean? No sweat off our back. Business continues as possible. I mean, as usual. Look, I've said these big, extravagant words. This little small word stumped me. Business continues as usual. Right? We good?
Oh, this question for you.
Go ahead. What you need?
That's about our cash box.
Oh, yeah, they ripped that up. They really was like, look, we ain't trying to have y'all out here spreading love. I don't know, man. Whatever my camp leader says. I mean, our camp leader. My bad. You know, I'm kind of possessive. I'm possessive over my camp leader, bro. Oh, he did?
Well, no.
Yeah.
What is it?
He said, once he gets your bill, we're gonna go back and destroy it again.
Hey, give it up for my camp leader, bro. That's wild, bro. That's wild. Hey, man. Hey. Slag you for saying my camp leader. You know what I'm talking about? I'm kind of possessive over it. All right. With that, I pass the class to who wants it? Who wants it? Who wants it? No, y'all want me to pick. No, I'm picking up y'all today.
This is the Isupk security announcement. Isupk up. And we are the Isupk 125th Street, New York. Rule for new brother. When a new brother or sister comes to school, They are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves in the world. If they need transportation, a teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. Yeah, after this 6 months, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Maisha, it's 10th in Hebrew. 10% of every priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you like. Then we have holy convocations. We have the feast of dedication, the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days, starting Thursday 7th, December 2023, for 8 days straight. And you can find this in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, and verse 52 through 61. And if anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, scarf. And this will include the ISUK security announcements. Excuse me. With that, everybody, we can imagine, which means to stand. We're going to saw upon Wakadom, which means to turn the face to east. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer, the last one, Kodash. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Velafika. Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratasa. Kawa. Hayah. Hashemayim. Latanana. Lakam. Ka. Yawam. Wasalakna. Kasalakna. Kabawatina. Kasalakna. Kabawatina. Wala. Tabi'ayna. Wanasawan. Abba. Aishayna. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Hala. Watapara. I love you. Amen. Right.
And we said in the English, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
With that, I'm going to sorry, turn to face the front. I'm going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. I'm in a visual. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak. Then we're going to turn Yajim Matah. We're going to turn and face the sisters to give the sisters one courtesy salute. I'm in a visual. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak. Yahweh Shema Latah B'Shem Yahushua. Yajim Matah. Class dismissed. Mm-hmm.